got traded, man.
So, welcome to Eat Sleep Sixers. I am one of your hosts, 215, the sports guy. We got my man, Sabri Latane. He is in the place to be. Uh, Sorry for the late show. We're crying. No, not really. Not crying, but it was a tough game, man. It was a tough game. I felt like we came out with the type of fortitude that we needed to, and we didn't have enough. You dig what I'm saying? We
Yeah,
didn't have enough to keep up with, you know, all the high profile talent that they have over there. We didn't have enough. So saying that to say, Sabri, what would you feel like was the game changer? I'm going to say.
just basically come fourth quarter time. Is it our depth, our lack of depth, and the way this roster is constructed is like it showed that like we not even like Embiid makes us like the way Embiid is, he makes us so much better. Like he hides some of our flaws. See, like we just fourth quarter when they went on that run where it was like 18-7 to end the game, it's just like we had no answer for it. Like we didn't have enough bodies to match them. We didn't have enough. And it just shows how badly constructed after this roster Embiid after Embiid this roster is just not a good roster. And
Nah,
it's not the player's fault. You can only it's not Nick Nurse's fault. You can only do what they allow you to what they put you in position with the front office pitch you in a position to do. So it's like it showed tonight. It shows that next year we gotta hit a home run. It definitely shows.
I hear you. I hear what you're saying. I do agree with you that at the trade deadline, there were positions of need that I feel like we should attack, and we didn't. One of those positions, of course, is the five. But another player I really wanted in here for a lot of different reasons. One of the main reasons is he has experience being a number one. He has experience playing big games. And times like this is a game that DeMar DeRozan would have put up enough points for us to have won this game. I think they did a piss poor job at the trade deadline, and it's showing. Now, if Embiid was healthy and you made those trades you made and brought those players in, I do think we would have been a better team. But with no Embiid for the foreseeable future, you have to add a big and you have to add a guy who has experience being a number one. We left
That
Tyrexi. Go
let me
ahead.
say this before you continue, and that's what separates good GM, good GM minds, and that's what separates like the release from the best. Because knowing if I'm a GM and I know my big man health is topsy turvy, like I'm constructing that roster to that point. I'm constructing I'm damn near getting a big like a Drummond or another big like that could damn near step in and give you 15 and 17. Not trying to dig at the bottom of the trash barrel. No disrespect to them brothers that were Kai Jones and all them brothers. No disrespect to them. Not trying to dig in the trash barrel and say, you know what? Let me sign scraps and see this and see this gets me angry because they know Embiid's health is messed up. See, this is why I don't understand this thing, man. I don't understand this. They knew Embiid has his like if you could tell me a time where Embiid played 82 games, I'd be damn shocked. So it's like
Right.
the more we knew this. So my guy didn't do nothing to improve the roster, but they got a nerve to give this man an extension, and so now we're relying on next year. It's just horrible. It's horrible.
It's piss poor. It's piss poor. You know, my hope and everybody's hope is that these guys stay afloat. I did see positive signs from Tobias at the end of the game when we needed buckets. When he tweaked his ankle and he came back out, it showed me that he played with a little fire and want to towards the end of the game. But what's the saying go? Too little, too late.
Too little,
You
too
know,
late.
we needed that. We needed that. We needed that while Maxi was off the court. After he came on fire, we needed that, in the third quarter when they started to make runs and we wasn't making buckets. This is what I was talking about in pregame. Timely baskets, timely baskets. And I know some of these guys aren't used to doing it because they relied on Joel so much to make those timely baskets. But those are needed in an NBA game, man. They need it, Sabri. They
They're
need it.
needed in an NBA game, and it's just like, bro, like with Carl. To be honest with you, like I'm a little like puzzled. Like we love, like I love Maxi, and my mom and my mom. That's my mom's favorite player, so she might kill me if she hear me talk about a player like favorite player like this. But the kid, man, I don't like. The kid got to take the next step, like because like that's why free agency is important this all season because of Maxi, he not that Robin. He's not. He's more like Red Wing. Like he's more like Red Wing.
Nah, nah. Hey, Sabri.
He's
I'm going
not.
to disagree with you. I'm going
He's
to
the.
disagree with you
He's not.
wholeheartedly on this,
No,
man.
no, and before I finish, it's like dog, and when you like them shots, a guy we expect to be a 1B when Embiid is out, like that's when the spotlight gets hot, bro. That's when the spotlight gets hot. Timely, but you
here's
disagree,
here's my
but you
thing.
just said timely
Yes,
buckets.
yeah,
You can't get a
absolutely,
timely
and
bucket from Maxi.
absolutely, and I'll agree. I agree with you on late game buckets. I agree with you on that. But who's carrying the scoring load throughout the game so we don't get blown the f out? Tyrese Maxey. Who's putting up 30 points a game since Joel Embiid's been out? Tyrese Maxey. That's one
Carl
A
is
stuff.
empty.
Now hold up. Let
And
me
Carl
finish.
is
I'll
empty.
let you finish your thought. Sabri, I'll let you finish your thought. Let me finish my thought. Now, Bird, what up, baby?
What's
Now,
up, y'all?
now, uh, what I will say that Tyrese Maxey is missing from his game, that one of the great Philadelphia basketball players ever was missing from his game. No, he is not a legit point guard. He is not a legit playmaker, and he gives up size on defense. But I'm not going to let you sit up here and say Tyrese Maxey isn't a legit 1A on his team. He's it. What we don't have is an option after him. We
So,
don't have that.
and Carl, what if he's a legit Carl? If he's a legit 1A, why was we looking at Levine to begin with? Why was we? Well, Maxi needs to be a third option.
We
30 point
needed.
third option. Yeah, with Carl.
We needed.
I'll let you finish.
Go
Yeah,
ahead.
let you.
Go
No, I'll
ahead.
let
I'm
you.
gonna, I'm gonna, I'm gonna give Berg the stage too, since
Yeah,
he just
No, no,
jumped
go
in.
ahead,
to
Sabri. Go ahead,
and
Sabri.
see, yeah, and see the thing about it is like, yo, we were looking for a legit scorer. Like we was looking for the fact that that somebody that can handle that pressure, that handle that physicality, like a Demar or a Levine. Like you get physical with Maxi, you can take him out the damn game, and that 30 points don't mean a goddamn thing when it's in a loss. Or we damn near fighting for a playoff spot. And you mean to tell me that's one A stuff? Go ahead, OG.
I hear what
So
you're saying.
as far as it being 1A stuff with the circumstances at hand, it gotta be. And even if we did get Levine, was he like projected to be our second scorer and put Maxi at the third scorer? He wasn't really scoring
Nah,
that much at Chicago.
right,
So
right.
one of the Sixers' biggest problems right now is lack of movement. Besides the obvious, the size and the center situation and ball movement and player movement. I watches it kill them. And another thing on defense, they might as well just play man to man,
Yeah,
like
facts.
Might as
straight
well,
man to
bro.
man,
Might
because
as
there's too
well.
many wide open threes being shot on. I mean, like if our three is defended so well, why does our opponent always have like open threes? It's amazing. They just out of place
Yeah,
on D, and that might be a testament of what more Nurse brings to the table. I don't know if that's a point of emphasis, at practice or whatever, but we be out of place on defense severely, man. So I'm
yeah,
thinking
most
like
definitely.
play man
And,
to man. You might as well.
and let me say this real quick. RJ, 30 points and we 36 and 30. We talking about fighting for a play-in spot. So where the hell that 30 points got us? And so where the hell that 30 points got us? Is that we so much depend on Tobias that damn near give us 20. We looking for a number one option so bad, which is Maxi. I love Maxi, but damn near he scored 30 and that got us a loss. Where that got us? Where that 30 points got us,
Sabri,
bro? Explain that, RJ.
Here's my thing, and I'm going to speak for RJ if I may. The last person I'm speaking about on tonight's podcast is somebody who just came off a concussion protocol, went out there and put up 30 points. What I will speak about is the inconsistent defense, like Berg was saying. And Berg, I'm going to contribute that to the lack of length. We don't have a lot of lengthy guys. You see, they sticking Oubre on the best team scorer because he's the guy with the best wingspan on our team. Number two, we don't have a lot of high basketball IQ guys on the floor at all. You know, we don't. Pat Bev was one of those guys. He's out the door. You know what I'm saying? Pat used to teach guys different angles and how to play certain stuff. We don't have that guy no more, and we lost a lot of defense with him to keep it a beam.
I still take Lowry over him.
I will any day of the week. Any day of the week over Pat Bev.
That was
over Pat Bev.
23rd in Somerset. I love 23rd in Somerset, but like what Pat Beverly brought to this team, I don't know. That's tough. That's a toss up.
Yeah, but simply because Lowry is more of a facilitator if needed to be, and he got a better shot, and he's a better basketball mind than Pat Beverly. Pat Beverly is grit and hustle.
I don't know, OG.
Well,
OG, that's tough. I don't know.
It's tough, but we didn't downgrade. I mean, if we did, it wasn't no big downgrade from having Beverly.
Yeah, most definitely.
Beverly bought him off the court, I think, more than actually.
Hey, one last thing. I promise this last thing, y'all. I love stuff like this because if we can't rely on Maxey to help us, then who we gonna get the holders afloat till Embiid come back? Go ahead. My bad.
Well, I mean, go ahead. We had that problem for the longest now.
Yeah. Like we've been having that problem for the longest.
Like, you got to be rational with your expectations. The players that we got are who they are. They're not just going to elevate to something else, other than probably Oubre. I think can just like elevate his game to something else.
But y'all relying on Tobias to say y'all relying on Tobias to come in here and magically play up to 100. Not you, OG, but these dudes in the comments relying on Tobias to come in and be a magical superhero, and that's
no. Hey, Sabri, what I'm asking of Tobias is consistency. I don't care if it's 16 points per game. I don't care if it's 30 points per game. But the up and down stuff from quarter to quarter, minute to minute, the look on his face, the disinterested look that ESPN pointed out on his face last game he played, there's no consistency in this guy. And we need that. And start Buddy Hield too. There's no consistency in this guy.
And Carl, I could respect that. I could respect that. And that does start with coaching.
Your starters.
I could respect that. It's like nobody on. Right. I could respect. I could and see. I'm not a person that's going to let people off the hook. Like I said before, it starts with everybody on that team being able. We should not be fighting for our lives while Embiid is out. You see the way the other teams is constructed in the East. They're not. If one of their players go out, they're not fighting for their life in the East. We're fighting for our lives in the East.
That's why I said the other day, without even playing, Embiid is the very most valuable player to his team.
Sir. Exactly.
Not to the league.
Yeah, he is.
He's the very most valuable player. Like no team
to this team, man.
As much. But you know what else you gotta factor in, man? Melton being gone. Melton is an intricate part of our defense.
Yes, he is.
And not having him, like we just severely hindered, man. So, like I said, I always say people gotta be rational with their expectations. Like I'm not mad that we lost because I didn't set myself up to think that we was going to win.
I ain't even mad at the players. Like I told Carl before you got in here, OG. Like the way this roster is set up, this roster ain't on them. This ain't on Maxey or none of them. The way this roster is set up,
you got new guys. Like I mean, continuity is everything. Continuity is what we had when Embiid didn't have to play 14 fourth quarters. We missing a lot severely. So I'll say it cliche over and over again. You got to be rational with your expectations, man. I ain't frustrated myself. My shit already.
Most definitely.
I ain't frustrated myself either.
I mean, to be totally honest, overall, the effort tonight, the team effort overall, I can't say I'm disappointed. This was a
They
championship
banged. They
caliber
fell
team.
apart late.
Yeah, they ran out of gas. You saw it,
Yeah.
fourth quarter. Nobody wanted to smoke. Nobody wanted to smoke.
And you
But
got another thing you got to factor in that Milwaukee is a better team. They had all their players except one player, Middleton, and
yeah,
they've been playing without
he's
him
not a
for the
major.
longest. You know
Yeah,
what
he's
I'm
not a
saying?
major.
We
part of
might
it.
have won if
Right,
Middleton was playing. You understand what I'm saying?
right,
So you
right,
never know.
We
Like,
right,
but
I
yeah,
don't know.
right.
yeah,
It's a
no, yeah.
sad situation.
It is a sad situation, and see the thing about it is, see the thing about it is, I always go back to what we talk about. It's like, bruh, that like the way this roster is constructed, man, it's always going to be dog fights without Embiid. That's why OG, I 100% agree with you that like, yo,
Hold on, hold
without
on,
him, even
hold on. Let me because I'm looking at the chat. I know we all can't see the chat, but let me point out Ant Sims. You know, he grinding us up. He basically saying y'all sounding funny, running a team with four starters out to win consistently. Here's my answer to you, Ant. What I'm not asking for consistent scoring. I'm not asking for consistent defense. I want consistent effort. I want consistent effort, and I'm not seeing that. Whatever it is, I don't know. Maybe the air is out of their balloon with the MVP out. Maybe their hopes are down, but the consistent effort, I'm not seeing. Berg, you wanted to say something?
Well, as far as effort, I think a lot of it starts at practice, man. Like we in this 2-3 zone, and our biggest problem is defense more than
Right.
anything. You could say scoring
More
or
than anything,
whatever,
bro.
but defensive
More
and
than
defensive
anything.
rebound and it's horrendous.
we small.
Like Hart getting 20 damn near rebounds on us the other day. That was a
That was
testament
bananas.
of how bad we are, you know. And a lot of that starts at with coaching, man. Like it's amazing how out of place they be on defense.
I mean,
So
to keep it a being, Nick Nurse, I feel like gets all the credit, and he gets all the blame. That's the job. But I will
Not
say
all of it.
this:
nah, you
he
don't get
built
all
this.
of it.
Not all of it, the majority of it. He's the king of this. He's the king of the castle. But I'll say this: his defensive scheme was built around one of the best defensive bigs in the league, and the fact that you can funnel the offense into the paint, and he's there. So it's not much they can do. But now with Joel Embiid out, you have to reconstruct that, and you have to count on guys that you know can't play a lick of damn defense to play defense, and it's showing his ugly head right now. This
That's when
guy is
scheme
the
comes into
best
play.
player in the world.
Let
That's
me
when
say
Say it
this.
scheme
again.
comes into play.
Yeah, true.
Yes.
And let me say this too to Samuel Jones. Samuel Jones said I'm letting Tobias. He feel like I'm letting Tobias off the hook. No, it's not letting Tobias off the hook. That's like you like well, kind of like what the OG Big Bird said. It's like, yo, I don't get my expectations overly excited for Tobias. Like you, Tobias is at the tail end of his contract, and it's like
Exactly.
he's like he wants to play this thing out, like he's playing this thing out. He's looking forward to free agency, hoping somebody could give him a fraction of that money. And see, that's why I'm like, I don't got good. I hamper my expectations with Tobias. If Tobias shocks me, then he hit a level of expectation I was expecting. But to see and to go back to Ian Sims said, you're expecting a team without four starters to win consistently. No, I'm not expecting it because I don't place all the
I'm
blame on
wondering
them.
who y'all is when he
Y'all,
said y'all.
y'all, when I wonder, I don't
I think he's
expect a
talking
team.
about everybody as a consensus.
So I don't expect that. No, I don't expect that because the way the roster is built, the roster is poorly is not like at the Embiid, everything else is just horrible. So I'm not expecting that, but at least try to stay afloat. Like Carl was saying, like have
The
maximum
effort, man.
effort.
The
The
effort.
effort, try to stay
Right.
afloat, so we could try to stay afloat. So when Embiid could come back, it's kind of like jump starting your car. You're kind of like giving your car that jump start. Soon as Embiid come back, Embiid should be that little jump start to the battery to get the
Yeah.
car going. And see, and
To,
the thing
to
is,
keep it
yeah. Go ahead, Carl. My bad.
to keep it a being piggyback off what you said, that this team is poorly constructed. It is in a lot of different ways. Your strongest position, starting wise, you should have a strong backup behind him, and that's center and point guard. I love Kyle a lot. I like Kyle a lot, but I'll be, BSing if I wouldn't say I like Payne in that backup point guard spot a little bit better. I think Payne offers you more consistency
Only
on offense.
12 minutes tonight.
12 minutes tonight. 12 minutes tonight. See, stuff like that can ruin morale on the team when you bring a guy in off the street. Kyle's a Hall of Fame point guard, man. He's a Philadelphia legend. But you bring a
Right there
guy
in
in off the
Somerset.
street. Exactly. I grew up with him. Nurse felt like it's his guy. He's won a championship with him. He knows his system. Let me implement him in his backup spot. When all reality, Payne earned those minutes. You
Yeah,
got to let them battle it out.
that's the whole system thing is overrated a little bit. Because if you watch the Sixers, you don't see nothing system wise or consistent going on. It's a lot of
Right.
stationary players while the ball is being dribbled. It's just no player movement, no ball movement, and not even a dribble handoff. It's like I don't know. A lot of that starts at practice, and you got to realize that we are a patchwork team that got players at the deadline. I mean, like I said, continuity is everything. Like, so people got to be
It's
rational with
everything,
their
bro.
expectations.
Let
You know
me
what I
see,
mean?
and let me
Most
say
definitely.
this, and and see, well, RJ, you missing the point, bruh. All right, so by your
What are
logic,
you talking
RJ,
about?
you missing like you can pull this comment up, but by your logic, RJ, every game we play from here on out, we should just pack it up. We know we about to lose, so we shouldn't even just try. We should just, well, man, in fact, not even do a thing. So it's not even doing a thing till Embiid eventually comes back and we fighting for a playing tournament. No, you got to play every game, no matter who's the team out there. And I agree with Lex Hall. This is a completely new team with Embiid. And I agree
Yeah, it
with her.
is.
It was a bad time to get
It
rid of
is.
players. That's why Murray's an idiot for doing what he did and getting rid of like the what we had together in place before the trade deadline. I didn't see no need to touch it unless you were getting somebody of significant value, not no scrap barrel type garbage. Somebody of significant
I,
value.
I
But you
think
got to
I
play with the
think I
players on
think
the court.
I think he freaked out. I think he's sitting there at the trade deadline. He threw a few calls out there to get some major pieces. He got the door shut on him, and we're
That's what I
inching towards
believe.
that time. Yep, we're inching towards that time where trade deadline. Oh, I can't leave with nothing. Philadelphia, kill me. Joel Embiid's out. Oh, let me get this. No, bro.
But he
No,
playing with an
no.
extension, and to see the thing about it is he had nothing to worry about. He gave his fool an extension, and which I don't understand because he done absolutely nothing. And see,
I'm
and
not.
looking
I'm
like
not gonna say that. I'm not
I
gonna
wouldn't
say that.
say
I'm
that.
not gonna say that he hasn't done nothing, bro.
The
no,
results
no,
He's
suggest
worked.
that he didn't, but
the results he got the Harden that trade he made with the Clippers. Clippers won that trade. Let's be honest. We're gonna be honest because the Clippers been balling since they made that trade.
I mean,
So
honestly,
what
he
has
got
he done?
he got
What
the
has he done
he got the
significant?
cat. You asked the question. Let me answer it. He got the capital back that he lost with giving that Harden trade originally and
that's
whatnot.
all
We
we got
got
was
him. We gave up
capital.
all them picks. We got the capital back from
That's
that.
all
So
we
you
got was
restock the capital.
capital. I mean,
Yep. Yep. You restocked the capital. You added expiring contracts on top of that. So what he did was he put us in play for next year to be big time spenders and free agents. So
And see, the thing about free agency is you can have all the cap in the world, but yeah, the
players
players
got
got
to
to
want to
want
come here.
to.
Players got to. But
Players got to want to come here.
what player,
Exactly.
what player does not want to play with the best player in the world?
What player? It's
Is
not
my
about
question.
Embiid. It's not
you never
about
know.
Embiid at this point. It's not about Embiid. Embiid is is the
And Nick
best player.
Nurse
It's
It's
a
other
Nick Nurse.
factors.
and Nick Nurse.
It's other
The,
factors that in the like wanting to come here. Like to be honest, it ain't shit to do in Philly. That's one of the reasons. Like
to
it's
us,
nothing
to
here.
us, to
Philly
us,
is like
Bird, to us,
war torn
hey,
Bosnia. It's nothing here.
to us. This
hey,
boy is out of
OG.
pocket.
OG, we got WrestleMania coming. We don't want to scare nobody, OG. We
You're
got
gonna get
Wrestle.
right on. But
Yeah, we don't want to scare
if I
right,
was an
nobody,
listen.
OG.
athlete and I start looking at the the landscape and you know what I mean, whatever for my children, of course you'll be in South Jersey, but Philly is
I
just
hear
I don't know. I'm one of the pioneers, and I ain't hesitating to criticize Philly from top to
I
bottom.
will say that. I will say this, Bird. Now let me play devil advocate. Coming from a mind, I'm going to try to spin off on the mind of a millionaire. You hit it on the nose. They're not living in Philly. They're not practicing in Philly. They're just coming here to play games. They're living in Jersey. So if you want to think of it that way, they would
And
base it off the
and
fan base,
Carl,
who
time
they're
out.
playing, hold up, who they're
Time out. Get
playing
that
with,
out the chat.
and,
Get that
and
spam out
who's
the chat,
coaching them.
Carl. Carl, get that spam out the chat.
Uh,
Yeah, ban that before that
and,
spam get out of pocket.
and who they're playing for and whatnot. So yeah, I don't have control of that. So yeah, it's a lot of different components, but I'm not going to skip on to next year. We're still in this year. We still got games left. Let's talk about next game with 5 minutes left. We play the Charlotte Hornets. The Charlotte Hornets. We play them on the 16th, so we get a day rest, and we right
Yeah.
back at it on Saturday. With Charlotte, which should be a win. But what do you
Why?
guys think?
Why should it be a win? But
I feel like these on paper, we're a better team. We beat these guys the last time we played them without Joel Embiid in the lineup as well.
yeah,
Tyrese Maxey is getting back to form. These are things I'm looking at. Oubre has been playing well.
I
I
don't
think
think
that we can
Maxey
beat.
lost for him.
No, the
He
game he
lost for
came
him.
back after.
I
No, he
mean,
didn't. But the game, yeah,
Let me
you
tell
know
you
what
something
it
about
is,
the Knicks, man. Let me tell you something about the Knicks. We beat the Knicks Sunday, but we still didn't score but
right?
what 70 something points. The Knicks
70
was off.
something points.
We didn't beat the Knicks.
Right.
The Knicks lost to us.
The Knicks
The
was
Knicks is
off.
way
Right,
better
right,
than
right,
us. Against a hustle
right,
team like that, we don't stand a chance. And
right.
it's, we hinder y'all. To the people listening, we are hindered. And anybody else that's listening, Kate and I got to go.
You know what? I'm done.
Hey,
I knew
OG.
that was going to come out. I knew that was going to come out.
OG, I see you make one of the posts. I think it was about Kate or the referee. OG, they was on your head. OG, like
Yeah.
they was on your head. They was
know.
on your head, man.
I know, man.
Yo,
know.
Steven,
Yeah, most
you
definitely.
crazy. Hey, Steven, you crazy, bro. You never know what might happen, man. I ain't going that down. I can't let you do all that, damn. Somebody might
I'm going to tell you like this. I'm going to tell you like this. I'm taking names. I'm screenshotting. I'm recording. Listen, man. Our team is not out of it, man. Our team is not out of it, man. And when we start playing back well again, and we're in the spot in the playoffs where we can make some noise, we'll see just why Morey made the moves he made. Maybe he knows some information. Hold up. Maybe he knows some information about Joel Embiid that we don't know. Maybe he's coming back a little sooner than expected.
So you back in the trash ass moves Morey made. So you that's what you telling me. You said you take your names. You back in them trash.
Are you listening? I think once Joel Embiid come back, we are a better team than he left.
Absolutely.
Suited around him.
So
that's all I'm saying.
Look at this schedule. Hold up, OG. Look at this schedule. They got Charlotte, Miami, Suns, Lakers, Clippers. And this is all before Embiid come back. So what the hell is Embiid coming back to? According to RJ, we should just pack it all in because we don't got Embiid. So what is Embiid coming back to in that 5-game stretch?
If Embiid can come back at least like mobile and 90%, it'll be the best I can say is teams it'll be hard for them to game plan for us, and a lot of be up to Mari.
Very hard.
Like just create. I mean, just some floor spacing and 3-point shot creating. We could probably do some damage. Tobias can hit a 3. Maxey can. Oubre can. You know what I mean? So Hill can. Pay. You know what I mean? Campaign can. You never know. So, but I'm not making no predictions at all. I'm not in position to. Without Embiid, we are absolutely done.
We're going game by game, minute by minute. But I'll tell you this. I'll tell you this much from the bottom of my heart. I thank both of you guys up here for dropping in on us, showing up. You always are relied upon, and you come through. And I appreciate that from the bottom of my heart. But we're going to look up top here. We're going to see that we are on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Facebook, iHeartRadio, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitch. We depend on word of mouth advertisements. So, Bird, what do we need people to do to keep this thing alive?
Need to hit that like button, subscribe, and tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend that Eat Sleep Sixers is getting it in.
That's a bar.
No doubt.
That was a bar. That was a
No
bar.
doubt. No doubt. And if you didn't understand it in English, let me explain it to you in Spanish. No te olvides a decirle a una amiga that te diga un amigo.
Oh, oh, this fool got
Huepa.
this fool got Jose to send him that
Peace out.
Jordan. Did the text. This fool
Nah,
got Jose to-
nah. Hey, Bird. Hey,
That
Bird, he
wasn't
don't know I'm
scripted.
2% Spanish.
Hey, that
Nah,
ain't
that wasn't
scripted.
script. That was off top.
You know
Peace
what I
out,
mean?
y'all. Much love.
All right, y'all.
All right,
All right,
y'all.
so brief.
All right, big OG.
Later.